Alf, it's been 3 years, if you can believe it, 3 years next month that Fanatics took over the trading card collectibles space. I look back at my videos, August of 2021. I can't believe that it's been that long, but where is all of the innovation that we heard when Fanatics first took over? Stick around. What's going on, sports card hobby family? It's another day. It's another sports card video back again. Today we're going to talk about Fanatics, trading cards, tops, and kind of all the stuff related to the new kings and queens of trading cards, and that is the Fanatics crew. Before I get started, huge thanks to today's video sponsor, COMC.com. Your friends over at COMC. If you're going to the National, booth 6020, don't miss them. Bring the cards that you need to get submitted over to COMC at the National. It's going to be a great time. I'm excited to be out there in Cleveland in less than a week. I'm ready. 35 plus million cards in their database, baseball, football, basketball, non-sports entertainment cards. It is all there. So check out my links down below to start your COMC journey today. All right, so ever since Fanatics and the team, they took over really collectibles trading cards 3 years back. They swept in the middle of the night and took over the licenses away from other companies, Panini, of course, and Fanatics, and battled in court over all of this stuff. I haven't really heard anything recently about the court battle, but I remember looking at basically like a timeline that Paul Lesko had put up on Twitter, and it was like a 3 or 4 year timeline for the antitrust case. They filed against one another, and nothing has really come of it. I haven't really heard much of it in the news. Maybe it's all happening behind the scenes in court and just hasn't made it onto YouTube yet. Maybe that's the case. But really, it's just been kind of like blah, blah, blah. Panini's doing their thing. Fanatics is doing their thing over here. We're not going to really focus as much on that, but more of just what have we seen from Fanatics so far. I'm going to start with Zero Cool, which if you watch this channel, you know I am highly disappointed with how it was rolled out. I thought it was great how they rolled out the huge Stranger Things booth out there in Atlantic City National going back a couple of years. And it just fizzled away without any real sort of announcements or anything. I just remember checking the Zero Cool IG page, and they hadn't updated it in like 6 months. So I just assumed that was probably defunct. But I don't really understand the lack of movement on the non-sports entertainment card side. They have brought Stranger Things back over to the top side, so they've kind of given up on the Zero Cool thing. And there are, from what I heard, there's going to be Topps Chrome Stranger Things cards coming, so I'm excited to see that. But with it being such a huge company, I just don't understand how someone hasn't picked up the ball and ran with that kind of on the top side. I just haven't heard anything there. Of course, Michael Rubin, Fanatics, they're known for making acquisitions. So that's less of innovation. That's more just buying something that's already in place so that you don't have to build it yourself, build brand recognition and so forth. I think there's probably a lot of smarts to that. Frankly, they were able to buy PWCC after PWCC went through all of their loan debacle, really kind of ended that company, and they needed someone to come in and bail them out. Fanatics was happy to do so, and I know there was other suitors as well that were coming in to take over PWCC. Regardless of what you feel about the players there at PWCC, and they had kind of a checkered history, they had a good infrastructure in place for the vault system and all of that. And so they had good bones there. And we just saw recently that now Fanatics Collect is now the new PWCC. PWCC Marketplace is no more. That has been retired into the history of trading cards. And now we have Fanatics Collect. They rolled out their pricing. I think Neo put a video up about the pricing, and I was really underwhelmed by it. To be honest, I'm surprised when you have a big announcement like this, when you have Fanatics Collect, I don't really understand why you don't just go 30 days or 60 days, kind of like zero fees or something, like really shock the system. You know, Fanatics, the one thing they've done really well is marketing, and we'll get to that later, but to me, that would have been really, really good marketing to say, hey, for 30 days, we're going to really chop down selling fees. It's 0 or it's 1% or whatever. Make it something crazy that gets people all embroiled in Fanatics Collect. Because I don't know if they realize this, but there is marketplaces upon marketplaces upon marketplaces. They are everywhere. Sports card marketplaces, places to buy, sell, trade. So I don't know if they just felt like, hey, if we just throw our Fanatics name on this thing, that people are just going to show up and want to use it. They already have an existing customer base, but that's a PWCC customer base that's just stayed with them because they have their stuff in their vault. They've been customers for a long time, whatever. That's not people that were like, oh, Fanatics bought PWCC, let me jump over and now be a customer. That's not how it went down. All the people that I know that I see that are either promoting PWCC or have been using PWCC have been customers for a long period of time, not when Fanatics took over. That wasn't like ooh, we've got Fanatics now. Fanatics name is on this. That's really not what happened there. Topps trading cards. We talked about this in the video yesterday. To me, I really do like some of the new baseball designs that they have that they put out. So I mean, but I wouldn't necessarily call that innovation. I just think it's a decent design. But really the meat of what I've seen is higher prices and higher print runs for Topps products. Again, Topps Chrome came out recently and it's $400 for a mega box. I think you get 3 or 4, I don't know. Even if it's 10 autos, a lot of those autos are just of no-name players. I mean, for $400, you can buy a PlayStation 5. You can buy a nice new grill. I understand the world's inflated and everything is more expensive, but $400 is still a good amount of money, especially for friggin' trading cards. Guys, these are trading cards. It would be different if you told me, $400 or $500 on this vintage card or something. Okay, like it's a Stan Musial card. Okay, that makes a little bit more sense to me. $400 to $500 on new product just because that's what it's priced at today. And oh, by the way, to really be able to afford it, you need to buy into a break. And ideally, you use Fanatics Live, our folks on Fanatics Live. I mean, come on. Like, I don't want to have to get into a break to get into new product. I don't want to have to do that. So if that is the avenue, if that's the end game for the avenue to be able to actually afford new product, that is to me, that is a slippery slope that's probably not going to end very well. A lot of people are just going to be like, screw this. I don't want to do a stupid break. Of course, some people will enjoy it and some people will do it, but there's a large part of the hobby that's just buying singles, just collecting singles, filling out sets or whatever. And of course, they'll go on the singles market and just buy it that way. And that's fine. But I guess the whole idea for people like me and those people, forget about ripping packs. If you want to rip packs, I've always said this, hey, go back and rip 89 Pro Set football for $30, $40 for a whole box of it. That's honestly, if I'm an open product, that's what I'm buying. I'll buy a box of 1991 Batman cards or whatever. Ninja Turtle cards. Do we have a pack here? Do we have something up here I could show? Yeah. I'll open up a pack of Ninja Turtle cards. I think these are like old Skybox, like basketball cards. That's the stuff I'll open for nostalgia because the new product, and I get it, oh, it's the new players. Just wait 5 minutes for them to hit eBay and then just go buy them there. But getting back to the main point, on the trading card side, more expensive, higher print runs. If you want to say this is for collectors and it's not really about the money part, hey, look, this is just for collecting. This is just for collectors. Well, then you need everyone to be Mark Wahlberg style collectors that just have $1 zillion to throw at new product because it's the value just is not there. It hasn't been there and it's not getting any better. And so that's where I'm at with new product. And if you watch the channel, then this is not new news for you. But the new product to me, it's underwhelming and it's expensive. Not to mention a lot of the chases and a lot of the stuff they've done to innovate, sort of, I guess, are basically gimmick cards. The Tom Brady baseball card and the Wemby baseball card. And okay, fine. They don't have those licenses yet. So it's just, they're like, hey, we've got Wemby to sign. What can we get him to sign? Hell, give him bowling cards. Are we going to see like pickleball Wemby cards next? It's just funny. But anyway, I assume that this will get better when they have all the licenses or whatever. But again, we're kind of going back to innovation. What has Fanatics brought to the table that the card collecting community has never seen before? What's new? What's innovative? What's a new product? What's a new service that we have never seen before in the hobby? I don't know. I haven't seen it yet. But again, maybe I'm missing it. Where I will give them props, marketing, that's where I guess you've seen some innovation, sort of, when it comes to the marketing part. They are going to try to innovate card shows with their Fanatics events. So Fanatics events rolling out, and they've got kind of their Comic-Con style shows that are going to starting up here in the fall. And yes, maybe that's innovation in a card show where we're kind of used to like a sleepy card show, 40 or 50 tables. It's all the old guys. I was going to say smoking a cigarette, but they probably were smoking cigarettes in the 80s. So an effort to revolutionize and bring sports fans into the card collectibles world, I like that idea. So that's where I will give them props. If they can pull off those events and it does give fans and collectors more access to athletes in a cool way, whether that be panels or signings or different things, I like that idea. That's one thing that you can't knock Fanatics on the marketing side. They've done, even the Tom Brady baseball, like, oh, you know, that was such a gimmick. The marketing around it, the commercial they did was really, really good. So on the marketing side, and Michael Rubin, keep on doing the stuff, you know, where you were in the car in Burbank and you were, you know, there with a girl that met Devin Booker and what, you know, like that's the stuff. But we're 3 years in and I've seen a little bit of it, but let's ramp that up. I know that Michael Rubin is a busy guy, but that's the sort of thing that really, like, collectors, hobbyists, they see that and they're like, all right, you took care of a hobbyist. You took care of a collector. That's really cool. And so what do you all think from viewership? We're 3 years in, believe it or not. I can't believe that it's been that long. Did you expect Fanatics to have done more at this point or less? Are you happy? Are you sad? Are you angry? We're all angry in some way. Anyway, friends, stay healthy, stay awesome, and I'll be back.